Welcome back, my Conrad warriors. What if a few simple words could transform how you see the world? In this video today, we're diving deep into the most powerful quotes by Mahatma Gandhi. Words that inspired revolutions, ended empires, and awakened millions. But these aren't just historical lines. Each quote holds a timeless truth that you can apply today. To find peace, lead with purpose, and live with integrity. Stay till the end, because we'll break down how to use these lessons in everyday life. Whether you're seeking personal growth, spiritual clarity, or the courage to stand for what's right. Starting with number one, freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Gandhi emphasizes that true freedom isn't about perfection or control. It's about choice. The ability to make mistakes is essential to learning, evolving, and becoming wiser. If we are only free under strict conditions or fear of failure, then we're not truly free. Growth requires space for error. Without it, development, both personal and societal, becomes stagnant. Let me share with you a traditional story. The bamboo cutter's daughter, Japan. Once a bamboo cutter found a tiny girl glowing inside a bamboo stalk. He and his wife raised her as their own. As she grew, her beauty attracted noble suitors. When asked to marry, she imposed impossible tasks to test their worth. One man tried to deceive her with a fake treasure and failed. Another risked his life on a dangerous journey and barely returned. In the end, they all made mistakes. But through those mistakes, each learned humility, courage, and truth. Even the bamboo cutter realized that love is not control. It's letting someone find their path, even if that means making painful choices. This tale reminds us freedom to err is essential for real growth, love, and understanding. Here is modern-day example. Entrepreneurship. Think of someone launching a startup. They may misjudge the market, lose money, or hire the wrong people. But these mistakes teach resilience, innovation, and strategic thinking. Companies like Airbnb and Twitter began with failed ideas, but their freedom to experiment led to global impact. If society punished every failure, innovation would die. Freedom means allowing room to get it wrong, so we can eventually get it right. 5 tips to implement this in your life. Normalize mistakes in your mindset. Remind yourself every great leader, artist, or thinker failed before they succeeded. Mistakes are not shameful. They are stepping stones. Create a safe space for others. Whether you're a parent, teacher, or leader, give others room to learn without fear. Let them fail and support their recovery. Reflect, don't regret. After a mistake, ask, what can I learn? Avoid self-blame. Replace judgment with curiosity. Avoid perfection paralysis. Don't wait for the perfect time or idea. Take action even if it's messy. Freedom lies in movement, not flawless execution. Celebrate growth, not just outcomes. Praise effort, creativity, and resilience, especially in yourself. Recognize how far you've come, not just how far you have to go. Number 2, nobody can hurt me without my permission. Meaning, this quote reflects deep inner strength and emotional mastery. Gandhi is not saying others can't do harm, but that true pain, offense, or emotional damage only happens if we allow it to. When we give others the power to define our worth, provoke our anger, or control our peace, we surrender control. But when we master our reactions, we take that power back. This is the essence of emotional freedom. Here is a traditional story, the empty boat, Taoist tale. A man was peacefully rowing a boat in the fog when another boat suddenly crashed into him. Enraged, he shouted curses until he realized the boat was empty. Instantly, his anger vanished. Why? Because there was no one to blame. This story teaches the cause of anger is not the event, but our interpretation of it. If we see people as empty boats acting from their own pain or ignorance, we stop letting them control our inner peace. Gandhi's wisdom echoes this lesson. Hurt is not what happens to you, it's what you let in. A modern-day example: online hate and criticism. A content creator receives harsh personal comments online. While some are tempted to lash back or feel broken, others remain centered. Why? They understand those comments reflect the critic, not them. They choose not to absorb the negativity. By doing so, they remain emotionally sovereign. They don't give permission to be hurt. Here are 5 tips to implement this in your life. Pause before reacting. Before reacting to someone's words or actions, ask, "Is this worth my energy?" Respond, don't react. Detach from external validation. Your worth isn't defined by others. Build your self-image from within through values, not opinions. Practice inner dialogue. When someone tries to hurt you, speak kindly to yourself. Say, "Their words don't define me. I choose peace." Set healthy emotional boundaries. Learn to walk away, disengage, or protect your peace without guilt. Not everything deserves a reaction. Train your mind like a warrior. Just like Gandhi trained in nonviolence, train your mind to remain steady in the storm. Through meditation, journaling, or reflection, you can build inner armor. My comrade warriors, you can't control what others say or do, but you can control how you respond. Choosing not to absorb negativity gives you emotional freedom. Build self-awareness and inner strength so your peace isn't easily shaken by others. That's how you truly protect yourself, by not giving anyone the permission to control your emotions. Number 3, I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. This quote is about mental boundaries and self-respect. Gandhi is saying, don't allow negative, toxic, or hateful people to occupy space in your mind. Just like you wouldn't let someone enter your home with muddy shoes, you shouldn't let others pollute your thoughts with their bitterness, lies, or cruelty. It's a call to guard your inner world, your thoughts, peace, and self-worth, from the contamination of others' negativity. A traditional story, Buddha and the Angry Man. A man once insulted the Buddha repeatedly, but Buddha remained calm. Finally, the man asked, "Why don't you react?" Buddha replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man answered, "To the one who offered it." "Exactly," said Buddha. "I do not accept your anger." This is the essence of Gandhi's quote. Don't accept others' dirty thoughts into your clean mind. A modern-day example. Social media negativity. Someone posts a hateful comment on your social feed. You can stew over it all day, or you can delete it, block the user, and move on. By not letting that negativity live rent-free in your mind, you reclaim power. This applies to gossip, insults, or even past regrets that try to sneak in like dirty feet. Don't give them entry. 5 tips to implement. This in life. Filter your thoughts like a gatekeeper. Ask yourself, is this thought helping or hurting me? Reject what pollutes your peace. Limit exposure to toxic people. Distance yourself physically or emotionally from those who spread negativity. Use mental visualization. When someone's negativity enters your space, imagine wiping it away like muddy footprints at your doorstep. Visual cues help strengthen boundaries. Focus on uplifting content. Feed your mind with books, music, and people that clean and uplift, not stain and drag down. Practice forgiveness, not for them, but for your mind. Forgiveness clears mental clutter. It doesn't mean condoning harm, it means not letting it live in you. My comrade warriors, you have the power to protect your thoughts from outside negativity. Don't let others' toxic behavior invade your peace of mind. Practice self-awareness, set boundaries, and focus on what uplifts you. Just as you clean your space, keep your mind clean. Only allow in what helps you grow. Number 4, hate the sin, love the sinner. Gandhi is urging us to separate a person's actions from their essence. It means we can strongly oppose wrongdoing, injustice, cruelty, or betrayal, while still recognizing the humanity in the one who committed it. This mindset doesn't excuse harmful behavior. Instead, it encourages accountability with compassion. It's the foundation of forgiveness, justice with mercy, and spiritual maturity. Let me share with you a traditional story. Jesus and the woman caught in adultery in the Bible. A woman accused of adultery was brought before Jesus. The crowd wanted to stone her. Jesus responded, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." As everyone dropped their stones and walked away, Jesus told her, "Go and sin no more." He condemned the act, not the person, a powerful example of hating the sin but loving the sinner. Modern-day example. Criminal reform programs. Some modern justice systems focus on restorative justice, helping offenders understand the harm they've done while giving them a path to healing and change. For example, a young man caught in theft due to poverty may be punished for his action, but also given education, support, and mentorship to rebuild his life. We correct the behavior without dehumanizing the person. 5 tips to implement this in life. Practice empathetic listening before judging someone. Try to understand their background or motivation. You can disagree with the action but still seek to understand the person. Use "I dislike what you did" language. When addressing someone, separate the person from the behavior. "I didn't like what you did," rather than "you're a bad person." Develop forgiveness as strength, not weakness. Forgiveness is not saying "it's okay." It's saying "I won't let your action turn me into someone bitter." Be mindful in conflict. When anger rises, remind yourself, attack the issue, not the individual. This keeps relationships and dignity intact. Lead by example. Model this mindset in front of others, whether it's in parenting, leadership, or daily life. Correct with kindness, and you inspire deeper respect and lasting change. My comrade warriors, you can stand against wrong actions without becoming hateful. Holding people accountable doesn't mean abandoning kindness. When you separate a person's mistake from their worth, you create space for healing, change, and stronger relationships. This mindset builds a more forgiving and understanding world, starting with you. Number 5. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. This quote teaches that true self-discovery does not come from selfish pursuits or isolation, but from dedicating yourself to something greater than yourself. When you serve others with humility and compassion, you uncover deeper purpose, empathy, and identity. You transcend ego and connect with your true self, your values, strengths, and inner peace. Let me share with you a traditional story, the Buddha and the starving tigress. In one of the Jataka tales, stories of the Buddha's past lives, Prince Mahasattva once encountered a starving tigress with her cubs in the forest. Moved by compassion, he saw her suffering and knew she would die unless she ate. Rather than walk away or bring her another animal, he offered his own body to feed her. This selfless act of service was not out of pity but out of pure compassion. It symbolized that true enlightenment and self-realization come through ultimate acts of selflessness. A modern-day example, Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa devoted her entire life to serving the poor, sick, and dying in the slums of Calcutta. Through her selfless work, she found her identity, not in fame or power, but in being a vessel of love and healing. She once said, "A life not lived for others is not a life." Her journey shows that by serving others, one finds deep fulfillment and inner clarity. Here are 5 key tips to practice. This principle, Volunteer regularly. Join a local shelter, food bank, or mentorship program. Even a few hours a month can shift your perspective and purpose. Listen to others deeply. Often people just need someone to truly hear them. Being present and listening without judgment is a powerful form of service. Use your skills to help others. Whether you're good at writing, teaching, or building, use your talents to uplift others without expecting anything in return. Practice small acts of kindness daily. Hold a door, pay for someone's coffee, help a neighbor. These moments build a compassionate mindset. Reflect on your intentions. Regularly ask, am I contributing to others' well-being? Keeping service at the center of your life helps anchor your sense of identity. My comrade warriors, when you feel uncertain or disconnected, shift your focus outward. Help someone in need. Give your time and contribute to something greater than yourself. In doing so, you often discover who you really are, not through thinking, but through giving. Serving others is not losing yourself. It's how you find your best self. Number 6. The future depends on what you do today. This quote emphasizes the power of present actions in shaping tomorrow's reality. Your habits, choices, and efforts today are seeds planted for the life you'll live in the future. Success, growth, healing, or failure, they all begin with what you choose to do now. There is no distant future without the decisions you make today. A traditional story to relate to this quote of Gandhi. The bamboo tree lesson. A farmer planted a bamboo seed and watered it daily. For years, nothing visible happened. People mocked him, but he kept nurturing it. Then, in the 5th year, the bamboo shot up 80 feet in just 6 weeks. The truth? It was growing underground all that time, building roots. The lesson here is what you do each day may seem insignificant, but it builds the foundation for your future. Consistent action today creates sudden breakthroughs tomorrow. A modern-day example, Elon Musk. Before Tesla or SpaceX became household names, Elon Musk worked grueling hours building PayPal and later slept on factory floors to keep Tesla afloat. His intense focus and action in the present, despite failure and criticism, shaped the future of electric vehicles and space travel. Lesson? The groundbreaking innovations we see now were built on relentless present-day effort. Here are 5 key tips to apply this principle. Set a clear daily intention. Ask yourself each morning, what can I do today that aligns with the future I want? Break big goals into daily habits. Don't chase the future in giant leaps. Master the daily steps that build momentum. Take responsibility for your time. Every hour spent wisely is a brick in your future. Avoid distractions that steal your time. Don't wait for motivation. Act with discipline. The future won't wait. Even when you don't feel like it, take one meaningful action. Reflect each evening. Ask, did my actions today honor the future I desire? Adjust accordingly. My comrade warriors, don't wait for the future to happen. Create it with what you do today. Set small, meaningful goals and act consistently. Whether it's learning, improving a habit, or helping others, every step you take now builds the life you want tomorrow. Your future is built in the present. Number 7. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. This quote reveals a timeless truth. Your mindset shapes your reality. Your dominant thoughts influence your beliefs, decisions, habits, and ultimately your identity. If you think with fear, limitation, or anger, your life reflects it. But if you nurture thoughts of strength, peace, purpose, and resilience, you grow into that reality. You are not separate from your thoughts. You are built by them. Let me share you a traditional story, the charioteer and the horses. The Upanishads describe the self as a charioteer, the body as the chariot, the senses as the horses, and the mind as the reins. If the charioteer, intellect, does not guide the reins, thoughts, the horses, senses, will run wild. Only by mastering the reins, your thoughts, can you stay on the path of truth and purpose. Key lesson: mastering your thoughts is the foundation for mastering your life. A modern-day example, Jim Carrey. Before becoming a global icon, Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and kept visualizing his success. He believed deeply in the power of thought. Years later, he was paid that exact amount for Dumb and Dumber. His story reflects how persistent thoughts paired with aligned actions manifest reality. Lesson: he became what he envisioned through the power of belief. Here are 5 key tips to apply this principle. Guard your inner dialogue. Become aware of negative self-talk. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning how." Visualize your ideal self daily. Spend a few minutes imagining the person you want to become. Feel it as real. Feed your mind. Positivity: read, watch, and listen to uplifting content that aligns with who you want to be. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Your environment shapes your thoughts. Choose people who uplift and challenge you. Turn thoughts into action. Thinking is powerful, but combine it with consistent action. Manifestation starts in the mind but lives through effort. My Conrad warriors, your thoughts are powerful. Choose them wisely. If you fill your mind with belief, courage, and positivity, your actions will reflect that and success will follow. To become your best self, start by thinking like your best self. Number 8. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. This quote highlights that true spirituality is not found in ritual alone, but in genuine compassion and action. A single act of kindness that eases someone's suffering or brings them joy has more value than empty displays of devotion. Prayer is powerful, but without love in action, it becomes hollow. Gandhi reminds us that serving others is the highest form of worship. A traditional story: the saint and the dog. A holy man once saw a thirsty dog dying of thirst near a well. Instead of continuing his prayers, he took off his shoe, filled it with water, and gave it to the dog. That night he saw in a dream that God forgave all his sins, not because of his endless prayers, but for showing mercy to a creature in need. Lesson: one kind act touches the divine more than 1,000 rituals. Modern-day example: a nurse in a war zone. In Syria, a nurse named Hala saved a child during an air raid by shielding him with her body and carrying him miles to safety. While many prayed from afar, she acted. That one selfless act gave comfort and hope to a broken heart. Her courage was more sacred than 1,000 sermons. Lesson: a single act of love changes the world more than words ever can. Here are 5 key tips to practice. This principle: prioritize compassion over performance. Before asking, "Did I pray today?" ask, "Did I help someone today?" Look for small acts that matter. A smile, a kind word, helping someone carry bags. Small deeds have deep impact. Be present with people in pain. Listening and holding space for someone is a healing act more powerful than rituals. Let love guide your spirituality. Make your faith visible through service, not just symbols. Start each day with this question: whose heart can I lighten today? Then go do it. My Conrad warriors, don't underestimate the impact of small, kind actions. You don't need a stage or a ceremony to make a difference, just a willing heart. When you lift someone's spirit, even briefly, you bring light into the world. Live your values through action. That's the purest form of devotion. Number 9. Each night when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning when I wake up, I am reborn. This quote is a poetic reflection on the cycle of daily renewal. Gandhi is expressing that sleep is a form of death, a surrender, a letting go of the past day, its struggles, mistakes, and victories. And with each morning, we are given a fresh start, a chance to begin anew with clarity, purpose, and intention. Every new day is a symbolic rebirth, a sacred opportunity to live better, love deeper, and act more wisely. Traditional story. The phoenix of Persian mythology. In ancient Persian legends, the simurgh, similar to the phoenix, is a majestic bird that dies in fire and rises from its ashes. Each time it is reborn, it gains greater wisdom and spiritual strength. Just like the simurgh, we too die to our old selves daily and rise with a chance to evolve. Lesson: let yesterday burn away. Rise today with deeper awareness. A modern-day example: recovery and reinvention. Many people who overcome addiction or mental health struggles often describe each day of healing as a new life. For example, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has spoken about battling depression in his youth. Today, he uses each morning as a moment to reflect, reset, and rise stronger. Every sunrise became a personal rebirth into strength and responsibility. Lesson: every morning is an invitation to rewrite your story. Let me share with you 5 key tips to apply this principle. End each day with reflection and release. Let go of guilt, regret, or stress. Journal or pray before sleeping. Leave yesterday behind. Begin the morning with intention. See the day as a blank canvas. Choose how you want to live, feel, and grow today. Forgive yourself and others overnight. Don't carry old pain into a new day. Rest is not just for the body, it's for the soul. Create a morning ritual. Whether it's breathwork, gratitude, stretching, or silence, start fresh with sacred stillness. Affirm your rebirth. Say to yourself, I am not who I was yesterday. I am born again, stronger and wiser. My Conrad warriors, don't carry yesterday's failures into today. Use each morning as a restart button. Learn from what's past, then let it go. With this mindset, you'll face each day with hope and growth as if you're reborn into new possibilities every morning. Number 10. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. This quote warns us about the difference between need and greed. The earth has abundant resources: food, water, shelter, and natural beauty. More than enough to care for everyone if shared fairly. But when individuals or nations act from greed, hoarding more than they need, inequality, exploitation, and environmental destruction follow. Gandhi reminds us, the problem is not scarcity but selfishness. Let me share with you a traditional story: the greedy king and the golden river. In an old Indian tale, a king discovered a river that flowed with golden water. He declared it his property and built walls around it, forbidding his people from using it. Over time, the land dried, people suffered, and the river turned to dust. But when a humble farmer broke the wall to share the water with the thirsty, the river began to flow again. Lesson: greed blocks abundance. Generosity restores balance. A modern-day example: climate and consumption. Today, industrialized nations consume a disproportionate share of global resources. For example, fast fashion creates mountains of waste, and food is thrown away in tons while others starve. Meanwhile, over-extraction of water and fossil fuels damages ecosystems. Yet local communities who live simply often thrive in harmony with nature. Lesson: sustainability is not a lack of resources, but a lack of mindful use. 5 key tips to apply this principle. Distinguish between need and want. Before buying or taking, ask, do I truly need this, or is this driven by desire? Live simply, consume mindfully. Minimalism isn't about lack, it's about intentional abundance. Choose quality over quantity. Support ethical and sustainable choices. Buy from companies that respect the earth and workers. Small actions drive big change. Practice generosity. Share what you have, whether it's food, time, or knowledge. Giving balances taking. Educate and inspire others. Teach children and peers about mindful living. A collective shift begins with individual examples. My Conrad warriors, you can make a difference by using resources responsibly and mindfully. Meeting your needs is fair, but overconsumption harms others and the planet. Practicing moderation and sharing resources creates a sustainable future where everyone's needs are met. Respecting the earth means respecting each other. Gandhi didn't just speak words, he lived them. His life was a message of truth, courage, simplicity, and love. Whether it's service, peace, or discipline, his wisdom still echoes today, inviting us all to be better, do better, and lead with compassion. So ask yourself, which of these quotes will you carry into your life today? If this video inspired you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and drop a comment below. Let us know which quote moved you most. And don't forget to subscribe for more timeless insights that awaken the mind and spirit. Until next time, stay grounded, stay kind, and be the change.